Hi, it's Margaret of interview-coach.co.uk, and today I will talk about the biggest mistakes people make with work relationships. These will be especially relevant to you if you are a leader or want to transition to a leadership position. Hopefully, you won't see yourself in any of these mistakes that I'm about to talk about. However, if you do, keep listening and I will share some strategies for getting back on track at the end of this video. So, mistake number 1, taking before giving. The best work relationships feature a reciprocal give and take. Your goal in the beginning is to build up some reserves in another person's emotional bank account that you can draw on during the inevitable rough spots that happen in all relationships. But you have to be careful with this. If people get a sense that you're only doing something because you expect something in return, the relationship can fall apart. The art of building relationships is to give as much as you can with no immediate expectation of return in mind. Work is going to create goals and deadlines that will be important to both of you. Again, keep others' needs in mind. If you establish the relationship first, you'll be in a better position to accomplish more together. Mistake number 2, being an opportunistic relationship builder. Some people are very status conscious when it comes to building relationships. These people focus on establishing relationships with people they perceive to be important in the hierarchy. However, if you only get along well with your peers and superiors and not your direct reports, you won't be as effective. As a leader, you're really only as good as the people you are leading. That leads me on to mistake number 3, seeing relationship building as playing office politics. Some people act as if they are above it all. They wrongly believe that their knowledge and skills are all the organization requires from them, so they see no need for relationship building. You often see this in technical positions where professionals have generated all of their success through what they know instead of who they know. They're genuinely excited about learning new skills and mastering the crafts, but while it's important to be highly skilled in your specific area of expertise, you also want to build strong collaboration skills that allow you to work on large-scale group projects. There's more to organizational success than individuals coming up with good answers. Mistake number 4 is forgetting about results. Other people make the opposite mistake. They overuse the relationship card. These people act as if good relationships can make up for lack of knowledge and skills. It's important to remember that the primary reason to cultivate good work relationships is to better accomplish organizational goals. Focusing on results usually isn't a problem with new employees. People come into organizations knowing there are tasks they need to accomplish. But over time, relationships can change in a way that undermines performance. If a relationship starts to focus mainly on emotional support, both parties may forget that work is about getting something accomplished. Many work relationships are ineffective because they have become detached from achieving organizational objectives. And the last mistake number 5, is limiting your relationship circle. So that's another mistake that leaders make, particularly early on in their careers, is that they develop relationships only with people who are similar to them or who belong in their peer group. The best leaders are the ones who develop relationships with people who are not like them. For example, those who work in different departments, have different skill sets, or belong to different peer groups. So evaluate where you are. The best way to begin building authentic relationships is to map out your current relationships. So sit down with a piece of paper and create a map of each person you have a relationship with at work. Do a quick assessment of those relationships by asking yourself 3 sets of questions about each person. So the first set of questions is, do you know what's important to them? Do you know what they're really after and what their priorities are? If you don't, there's probably a gap you need to address. Number 2, do you know anything personal about them? Are they a parent? What's happening with their family? What do they like to do during off hours? Get to know the complete person. And the third set of questions is your current relationship positive, neutral, or negative with that person? If it's negative, ask yourself, what could happen if this relationship continues to be bad or gets worse? Could it eventually threaten me or my organization? By creating and studying a relationship map, you might find problem areas that could cause trouble later. From there, you can begin to identify and develop strategies for improving those relationships. A great place to start building any relationship is to take some time to get to know more about the other person. So select one of the neutral or negative relationships that you've identified on your relationship map and invite that person to lunch. Spend most of the meal listening to them and asking questions. People enjoy being in a relationship with someone who is genuinely interested in them. Also remember, leading is relating. The higher you go in an organization, the more important it becomes to maintain the good relationships you have established over the years. Human beings want to work with people they know and they like. Those who inspire trust and demonstrate a true understanding of others' concerns and aspirations are the people who are lifted up for leadership. Whatever you do, don't avoid or ignore the people aspect of work. Keeping to yourself and focusing only on your work might help you to avoid the negative aspects of relationships, but it will also limit your ability to grow within the organization and have the biggest impact. I hope that you found these tips useful. If you liked it, please feel free to share it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye for now.